Hello everyone and welcome to another video on Hades Beer Corner. And today we're talking about a very interesting beer that I acquired in when I traveled to Amsterdam. I found a beer shop which had all kinds of strange and very curious and very good beers available, and this really piqued my interest almost as soon as I walked in. So it's really good. It's really interesting, and it's a dark beer. Uh, it's a stout, and I really like stouts and imperial stouts in particular. This is not an imperial stout, but it's a stout regardless. Now it's the beer is Moersleutel, which is it means wrench in Dutch, and this is their 8 years celebration. The brewery is 8 years old this year, 2024. They started operation in 2016, obviously, and this is a pastry stout, 14% ABV. Now, a pastry stout is any stout that has pastry like things in it, and this has maple syrup, pistachio, and coffee. Other pastry stouts may have different, so different sorts of things in them. So just bear with me. Now, this is also a BA stout. So that means it's been matured in a barrel. These barrel aged stouts can be aged in a number of different barrels, like sherry, cognac, whiskey, etc. But this has been aged in Marsala fortified wine barrels from Sicily, and it probably gives a really strong wine kind of taste to this beer. Now, what is a stout? Now, a stout is a dark top fermented beer style which includes dry stouts, oatmeal stouts, milk stouts, imperial stouts, and now also pastry stouts. The first known use of the word stout for beer is in English is a document dated to 1677 in the Egerton manuscripts, referring to its strength. Porters, porter type beers were brewed to a variety of strengths, which with the stronger beers typically 7 or 8% alcohol by volume, and stronger were called stout porters, and hence the history and development of stouts and porter beers are thus intertwined through the centuries. So in Old and Middle English, the adjective stout meant proud or brave, but later, after the 14th century, it took the connotation of strong. Now, as mentioned, the first known use of word stout for beer is in the Egerton manuscripts from 1677. Now, the expression stout porter um, was applied during the 18th century to for strong versions of porter type beers. Stout in the 17th century still meant only strong, and it could be related to any kind of beer, but mainly to porters as long as it was strong. As I said, 7 to 8% ABV and above. In the UK, it was possible to find a stout pale ale for example, and later stout was eventually uh, to be associated with only with porter type beers, thus becoming synonymous with dark beer. And because of the huge popularity of porters, brewers made them in a variety of strengths, and the beers with higher gravities were called stout porters. And there still is a division and debate on whether stouts should be a separate considered a separate style from porter or not, and usually the only deciding factor is the strength. But I disagree. Porters and stouts, in my opinion, are two different very distinct types of beer, of dark beer. So I've poured it to a glass. So typical for a stout and porter is black. Often, well, always stouts are black or really dark brown, and the head is quite reasonably thick, and it's really the smell is really the smell of wine, which comes from the aging in a barrel, which has once housed fortified wine from Sicily. Mm. Yes, it's very sweet. There's clear notes of maple syrup and coffee. The pistachio is very there. I can taste some pistachio, but it's really vague. So the main things is malt is really malty, and then there's roasty malts, and then coffee, maple syrup. It's really sweet. I give it say 9 out of 10. It's really good. I really like him. This is mind you, this is 14% ABV, so it's really strong. It's not for beginners in no way. So there we go. Cheers. If you made it so far, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. There's buttons down here somewhere. And I would really highly appreciate if you check the links down below. There's PayPal, Patreon, and Discord, and playlists as well as links in the description box down below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.